So hi. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a social media ad in dedication of my course coming out on Monday. So I was kind of bored. I wouldn't say bored per se, but I was like, what what can I teach the people? And I'm just like, okay, maybe like a small little social media ad of sorts. So pretty much I'm going to take you through the process of how I made this specific social media ad. So we're going to start from the very beginning. So yeah, so first things first, I pretty much used this picture and I turned it up a wee bit, just a smidge, right? So then what I did was I took the like solely the area, the bottom area of the image of where the water is at, highlighted it. I clicked Control J and made a copy of it. So this is pretty much what you'll like. Long story short, what you'll be seeing, and then I made it a bit bigger to where it's like that essentially. So then once you do that, I use the completely different image, a completely different picture. Okay, so once I did that, you pretty much go over to the erase tool. Make sure you highlight the actual layer that you're trying to erase, and then make sure that it's on your soft round pressure size. So that way, when you do erase it, it does have like a low opacity rate to where it's like when you erase it, it's not a harsh line. So like prime example. So typically whenever you have like a hard round and you try to erase it, it does that. Like it's super harsh, it's not easy on the eyes whatsoever. But when you actually turn it to soft round, it pretty much using a soft round brush. You can use either soft round, or if you're using like a stylus pen on like a drawing tablet, then you would use soft round pressure size. But since I'm on PC, soft round pressure size or soft round, it really doesn't matter. But I use soft round for the eraser option. So then I kind of just go in and kind of just erase it a smidge, not too much, not too harshly. So then once I do that, I bring in the second image the second image that I used for this picture, because the background layer is pretty much like a blend of like two layers, two background layers, really two or three. So by the way, if I'm doing this, it's literally because the camera is like right in my face. So let me make this. Okay, yeah. So now I can really see it better. So where is that one layer that I had? Oh yeah, it's right here. I'm tripping. Okay, so that would go in the background. Get that would go in the background. And then I'll kind of raise it just a smidge. But then, like, the one part, so what you would do is right click and then go down to rasterize layer. For whatever reason, whenever I click display, what's I'm gonna call it? It acts like it doesn't want to do it, which is crazy, but it's here nor there. So, since we rasterized it, we go to erase, and then the same thing that we just did with the water, we're also doing here to kind of make sure it like evens itself out. Oh, not there. Um, and then just I'm using the left bracket. Yeah, I'm using the left bracket to kind of to make the erase tool smaller, so that way, cause I'm not gonna lie, that was bothering me a smidge. All right, cool. So boom, boom. So then once you do that, something I like to do is I like to make copies of both, or pretty much just if you don't feel like doing that, without messing up either, layer, you can just you can right click it and then turn it to a smart object by going all the way down. Once you click the right, the right side of your mouse, and then going all the way down to convert the smart object, click on it, boom. It's one layer. So for the sky, I think I did use that one image that I swore I didn't use, which is like insane to me. All right, so boom, I in fact did use the sky of that. I was I was tweaking out of control. I did use that one. All right, so now I'm gonna select all three, right click, go all the way down to convert to smart object. Boom. Okay, yeah. So I wouldn't say this like one half, but that's a good chunk of it. So I'm gonna bring it down like that, and then hmm hmm. Oh yeah, I did use that one. So I was trying to find an image of a palm tree. So I went to free pick. Any other time, I would personally find a picture of a palm tree myself and just edit it that way. But like in this instance, I'm kind of just doing something. So putting that to the side there, and then so something I like to do is I like to click the Alt key and drag it because it makes a copy of that exact name. So go to edit, go all the way down to transform, flip horizontally, boom, and then hold down that shift key to make sure that it's like it's the same amount of, I wouldn't say the same amount of space, but you don't have to worry about it not being lined up. Like instead of the trees being like this, it's like this. So for the time being, this is gonna sound crazy, but take both of the objects and click the eye, the icon right here. Click it, boom. Just make it go invisible for a minute. You're gonna see why. You're gonna see why I said that, because that part won't matter until you put the barbecue grill on the picture. So I had looked up a bunch of different pictures of barbecue grills for almost 30 minutes or so, because I'm like, this one's too blurry. This one doesn't look right. This one is not it. So I think it was this one. It was either this one, or this one. But me personally, I like this one. So we're gonna drag this into Photoshop, boom. And then we're gonna click the remove background option. You can either do that or use the magic wand option. So once you click on magic wand, there should be a thing on, there should be two options like on the very top of Photoshop. It should be either remove subject, better yet, hold on. Literally, select subject or select the remove. I'm thinking of remove background, but it's actually select subject and select the mask. But in this instance, I'm kind of like running y'all through it. I'm kind of doing like a speed run a little bit, so that's why I'm kind of like, zooming through it like I am. And boom, I kind of rotated a bit because, the fact that it has like the handle of the grill like cut off like that, it's not really my cup of tea too much, and it's kind of bothering me like a lot. So boom, boom, rotate that a little more, and then if you're not liking that too much, go down, make a copy of it, rasterize the layer, and then go to edit, go all the way down to transform and then perspective, and then kind of push it like inward a bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. Because you don't want to push it too much to the point of where it just looks kind of crazy or like lopsided in a way. Because like this does kind of look a little bit lopsided. I'm not gonna hold you, but that's if you want to do that. So, all right, so boom. Hold on. Did they take a piece off the corn? Hey, yo. They, t- they took a piece of the corn. Hold on. Hold up. I gotta redo that over. Not they stole a piece. Not they took a piece of corn off. That's crazy. This say you not getting no corn no time soon. All right, so magic wand select subject. I'm gonna do it this way instead. Hopefully they don't take the little piece of corn, that was on the corn on that grill. Please, no. They did, cause it's white. That they did, cause like the top of that is white, and they're automatically gonna cut it off. So what you're gonna do is take your lasso, select that area that wasn't selected, press Control J, boom, put that on the very top. Merge together layers 5 and 6. Once you do that, once you select both of those layers using the control key, pretty much go all the way up to merge layers, which is control plus the letter E. Boom. Merge those together. Boom. Your corn is whole. It's not separated no more. However, if you don't feel like doing that, if you don't feel like, having to deal with the corners of the grill, what you can do is go to your lasso tool, or go to your magnetic lasso tool, and then boom, boom, select that whole thing. Bop. Once you select it, or you pretty much selected the area that you wanted to remove, hit the delete key. Now you don't have to worry about the handles now. You don't gotta worry about no type of handles. No handles, no edges, no problem. And when it comes to designing something and just wanting to like remove something overall, never feel ashamed to like, remove something that you think literally has like no purpose at all whatsoever. Cause which is better, keeping the handles and then having to like navigate through the awkwardness of like one handle that doesn't look right and then the other handle that's like completely whole, or would you rather just cut it off and just call it a day? So boom. So I'm gonna make this like bigger. Put this down at the very bottom, and then okay, yeah, I had to make sure. Like, so I would sit and search for different things, right? So something I like to do is there's a website called Textures something. It's Textures something. Hold on. This is the website that I like to use. So it's called texturelabs.com. Where you go in here and you can find a whole bunch of textures and stuff. So I go in here and type smoke, right? And they have all types of different, smoke layers or smoke overlay filters that you can use for for this the barbecue smoke effect, right? So I want to use I don't want to use one that's that big, but at the same time, yes, I do. So I'm gonna save it, and then because it's literally just a barbecue, like like whenever you have a cookout and then everybody ends up coming like 2-3 hours late, coming on colored people time. Like I want the smoke to give off those vibes, 100%. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to those overlay or layers that we just used, drag it into Photoshop, and then it's gonna look like this, but this is where the blending mode comes in. So we're gonna toy with this a little bit. So my guess is I'm gonna either have to choose screen or overlay. Yep, just as I thought. I would have to use either screen or overlay. And then this may not be the wisest idea, but I kind of want to do it. So all I essentially did was I went to edit. I went to edit, went all the way down to transform, and then clicked the warp. I just wanted to see what it looked like if I warped the cloud to make it look a certain way. It's like a pretty like Gotham as as a font comes in clutch, but sometimes I want to kind of separate myself from using Gotham from time to time or just other fonts. So I want to use something that kind of gives me like a fun beach, Miami type feel. So I'm not feeling this one. I kind of was just toying around with this one because I completely forgot that they give you the option to like not condense it. It completely slipped my mind. I don't really care for that one. I don't really care for this font. Like, don't like it fits it to an extent. I just don't care for it. Um, I like this font, but I feel like it's not really giving me beach vibes. It's giving me family reunion. It's giving me Medea's family reunion teas. And I don't really know how to feel about that completely. So I'm still searching for different fonts. I think I may like this one. Possibly. Possibly. The keyword is possibly. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Let me try to see if I can find like another font. If not, I may just have to like search and buy another one. If we're being completely and totally honest. Absolutely not. This not even legible. I'm sorry. This not even legible. Yeah, when it comes to like designing something, you gotta make sure that the text is legible. Cause if not, you gonna have to put your glasses on. The people gonna have to put their glasses on. It's just not gonna be a good time. It's not gonna be a good time. You're probably gonna strain your eyes to the point of where you're gonna have to go to the eye doctor and get you another pair of glasses. And I know for a fact that that's not what you want. That's what nobody wants, if we're being completely and totally honest. Um, hmm. I think I may just have to use that one font, like not the cursive one, cause oh no, not this one. I would rather hit 50,000 Drew Hills than to use that font. If we're being completely and totally honest. I'm just gonna use this one. I'm I'll just use this one. So we're gonna put the grill in the very front. I am not liking the shadow on that. I would be lying to myself if I said I did. So we're gonna hit the right key. We're gonna hit the right side of the mouse. And we're gonna go all the way to convert to layers. We're gonna convert it right back to layers. And we're gonna select both of these, convert to layers. Cause no, 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 no. Okay, that's the problem that I was having, and it was just eating me alive. I'm like, what is this? What is this shadow? Like, I'm not liking it. I don't think me and my homegirls would like it either. I was scared. I was traumatized. I didn't know how to feel about that. In fact, that should have been on the episode of Beyond Scared Straight because that was not it. Okay, that's kind of better. Um, and then we're gonna. Okay, then we're gonna click on the smoke layer, the very top layer. We're gonna go all the way down, create a layer mask, and kind of get some of the smoke out the way. Not all the smoke, but just some of it. Just some of it. Alrighty, so beach barbecue party. I gotta stop laughing. I think my problem is that I giggle too much for my own good. I giggle entirely too much for my own good. Alright, so I had to make up a random date, so I'm gonna say. So pretty much, we're gonna go back to the word beach because I didn't even realize that every time I pressed R, it stopped and started recording, which is crazy. So basically, what I did was I went to Bevel and Boss, and this was basically the settings that I used for it. But if it doesn't show up on Inner Glow, and this is the settings for your drop shadow, and it should look like this. So remember how I said we gonna need them palm trees? You're gonna see why in a minute. So let's just say now we need the title. Well, not the title. We need the subtext, or essentially the date. So let's just say the event is on Saturday, August 29th at 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. Already know that if this is a black event, it is going to go on color people time. So if it is at 4, some of the girlies may not show up until maybe 5 or 6 if this is a family reunion. But hey, you never know. You truthfully never know. But all right, so I'm gonna put it like here, and then I'm gonna make it a wee bit smaller. So then you're going to click the Alt key and drag that all the way over here. So that way it's evenly spaced out. And then we're going to name the resort the Waves Resort or something like that. The Waves Resort. Yes, it is at a random resort called the Waves Resort. So boom. And then we're going to select, we're going to go to our layers. We're going to select the Waves Resort and then the Saturday, August 29th text, and we are going to convert these into a smart layer. So for the time being, we're gonna click, the layer visibility. We're gonna make the word beach invisible. This is mainly, you know, to fix the overall shadow on the text. Like I said, I hate super hard shadows. I like the shadow that's at least enough to like stand out per se, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too crazy. Alright, so we're gonna bring the word beach right back. So now, remember how I was talking about the palm trees that I was telling y'all to put to the side? This is why. This was why. And then last but not least, we're gonna go all the way to the layer. Where is the sunshine? Where's the sunshine at? I'm stupid. Where is the sunshine at? Oh, wait, hold on. I can use that one layer of birds, maybe. But that's not. I'm gonna put that there, and I'm gonna return to that one in a minute. We're looking for here is the sunshine. Boom. So we're gonna put that in the corner, right over here. And then once we do that, we're gonna go to the blending layer. Well, not blending layer, blending mode. And then we're gonna go to screen. Bow. So then, once we do that, we're gonna go right back to our window, and we're gonna go, if you have like a glare, or like something shiny, because we're mainly putting it where the umbrella's at. So then normal, screen. And then if it's not all the way on the umbrella, what you can do is you can bow. And then if you're feeling a little froggy, you can add some of that to the word beach. You can add it to the word beach. Yes, indeedy. But not that many. But not that many. I was kind of just like going all out just because, but not that many. So what else? Oh yeah, the birds. Well, but my question is, why would a contour be flying over a BBQ party? That's the biggest question I would have. Is why is a contour flying over a barbecue party? I have no idea. This is just this is just for special effects. Oh, okay. So we're gonna make it super small so that like it's not like too noticeable. So then we're gonna go to filter, then go to blur, and then go to motion blur, and then and then we're gonna hide the other bird behind the palm trees. I know I just saw the palm. Okay, yeah. I was like, I know I just saw the layer of the palm tree somewhere. Okay, yeah. So I did not try to do that. Jesus be offense. Well, I don't think I really need the bird though. That's the thing. Oh snap. Yeah, I don't think I need the bird. I can kind of actually just get rid of it. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So, what would happen if I turn the text to white though? I'm just kind of curious. Like, what would happen if I did that? Because my only worry is like if I turn the text white, what if it doesn't stand out? But then I do have a drop shadow over it, so I think it should be fine. But if not, I can turn it back. I can change it back to black. Yep, had a feeling that was gonna happen. But anyways, boom. So this is this is what it looks like. And once again, so aside from that, this is pretty much how I did the social media ad. Super, super simple. Short, sweet, simple, to the point. But thank you guys so much for watching. My graphic design course is going to be on Monday, and I have like other workshops in this course or in teaching you how to make your own business cards, how to make flyers, how to make your own logo for your brand, as well as making slogans and other things and so on. um like with this course, I'm not just teaching you the like the essential foundation of graphic design, such as like the elements and principles of design and typography and color theory and so on. I'm not just teaching you that. I'm also teaching you, if you want to, have a career in graphic design, or if you have graphic design as a hobby, what type of graphic designer do you want to be? What specific niches are you into and so on? Like, it's not just professional, it's also professional, personal, and so on. Because I genuinely believe that regardless of whatever field that you choose to go into, mental health, like mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, is like super important. So I'm blending all of these things together. So aside from that, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to having some of y'all. I'm looking forward to teaching some of y'all about graphic design. But aside from that, all right, bye guys.